Tengo un video por acá de este chico, se llama, y gracias a quien me lo recomendó, me lo recomendaron hoy. Se llama Tommy Munar. No, Tommy Munareto. Tommy Munareto. Que me gustó pila el canal. Búsquenlo. Interesante, fanáticos de Trump, ¿qué piensan realmente sobre las elecciones? Me voy a suscribir y todo porque está haciendo entrevistas muy interesantes. Les voy a poner los subtítulos porque mayoritariamente va a estar hablando en inglés.
I believe that she is a communist and that she is the next Hitler.
Oh, you were there when the assassination attempt happened?
Yes, we were in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th.
Hopefully you're the next president. God help us if you win.
I'm sorry, honey, but I don't think you're going to be the next president. I pray to God every night that you will not be the
Yo nunca labraría una figura así ni de Trump, ni de Kamala, ni de nadie, pero bueno.
next president.
Brother in Jesus Christ. Really wouldn't be a lot to say to him besides I'm proud of what he's doing, Proud of how blunt he is. I'm proud of how he's dealing with adversity. He's a good man, Just let him know to keep his head up and don't let everybody that's doubting him keep doubting him.
Next candidate, what do you tell her?
Hey, how you doing? What you,
Gracias por la
you
suscripción.
good? You know what you're talking about? I wouldn't really know how to talk to her because she don't even know how to talk to us, So it's like...
Do you think the economy went better or worse with Kamala?
Worse with...
What would you tell Donald?
That I like him a whole lot. I think he's a great president. And the only thing that I would say is that talking about the other candidate is a little bit much and that you could get more bees with honey.
And when you say that, are you referring to something in particular he said about Kamala or?
Just that I am a person who believes that you don't have to defend yourself. No, I feel like that's what it is he's just defending himself, but I think he's a great president. Yeah, I mean, I love what he stands for. I think he's a great man. Yeah, I hope that he'll get to win this year.
Do you think that the economy was better off with Trump or now with Kamala?
That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. She has done nothing. Not well. What she has done hasn't been that good. I'll just say that. Also, he is a president who, when he said he's going to do something, definitely does something. And he's about the people. He's about the people. So, yeah.
So, next candidate, Kamala.
Oh, okay. Hi, Kamala. Please step down. Let someone who knows what they're doing, who cares about the people, let them do what they need to do to help our country to become great again. Because
you think she doesn't care about the people?
Maybe her first line says it all. I'm raised in a middle-class town, And, I mean, that's the first thing that she says all the time.
Eso se convirtió en un meme. Lo de decir todo el tiempo que yo nací en un hogar de clase media. Y lo sigue diciendo, Lo sigue diciendo. Yo no entiendo cómo la gente que está alrededor de ella, ¿no? Los consejeros que debe tener al lado no le dicen: Kamala, no lo digas más. O sea, no repitas más porque eres un meme andante con lo de yo nací en un hogar de clase media, papá. No lo digas más. Es un meme.
And so it tells me she's only thinking about herself. Good woman, but, let's walk the walk, the talk if you're going to say you're going to do something. But so far, I don't really think she's done a whole lot.
Este es todo el merchandising que tienen acá. La verdad que es impresionante la cantidad de cosas que hay. Y hay absolutamente de todo. En este caso, la imagen de cuando le pegaron el disparo a Trump en la oreja. Por acá dice, "It's time to take Biden to the train station." Y está vestido como un cowboy. A Joe Biden, como los Looney Tunes. That's all, folks. Cerrando, como que se terminó. The Three Stooges. Impresionante. Think twice, because I won't. Atención a esta bandera. Es la bandera de la libertad mezclada.
La bandera libertaria junto con la bandera de los Estados Unidos.
La de Estados Unidos. Muy interesante realmente el tipo.
Lo cual es complicado de mezclar, pero bueno.
De banderas y de merchandising que hay acá. Para que se den una idea, esto ronda entre los $15. Después las remeras están en 17. Y dependiendo también los imanes. Todo
el capitalismo es salado, boludo. $15 nada más una bandera. Me estás jodiendo, boludo. Un pullover de $17.
Un poquito más económico. Acá está el momento que le pegan el disparo también a Trump. De todo, absolutamente. Hay un poco de todo. Realmente el merchandising es variado. Estamos en Estados Unidos. Está realizando hoy una de las visitas.
Yo lo único que tengo fuera de mi casa es la bandera de los Estados Unidos. Lo que pasa es que a mí realmente no me gustan los símbolos que sean personificables, ¿sabes? Que sean dedicados simplemente a Trump o algo así. Yo voy a votar por él, pero no me parece que sea algo más allá de un presidente. No lo considero alguien por encima de nadie, ¿sabes? Y por eso no me gusta mucho como que personalizar demasiado las cosas. Pero
que hace el presidente Donald Trump a través de todos los Estados Unidos para estar en contacto con sus votantes, y hoy nosotros hacemos la cobertura, hablamos con ellos. Y
Rey de Maricel, un saludo para todos los que vengan de Rey de Maricel. Un saludo a Maricel.
Freddy X19 Chirad, X50. ¿Has escuchado de un tal Dean Withers? Un activista político demócrata que se dedica a rebatir a los republicanos diciendo que los verdaderos patriotas y economistas son los demócratas.
No lo he escuchado.
En fin,
lo tengo que buscar.
un zurdín gringo.
Lo tendría que buscar. A ver cuáles son los argumentos que da. Pero todavía no he escuchado a alguien dando buenos argumentos. Lo mejor que tuvieron fue Destiny y Ben Shapiro se lo comió con papa. No he escuchado a alguien realmente bueno. de los demócratas por ahora. Creo que eso es una de las cosas que los está llevando a perder. Pero bueno, también con todo lo que está pasando en esta campaña no estoy seguro ya de que ganemos. O sea, creo que ahora mismo Trump no está luchando contra Kamala, sinceramente.
X50. Oscar, me retiro. Un abrazo, mi hermano, y que
Un abrazo
tengas un
grande,
buen
mi
fin
brother.
de semana.
Un abrazo grande, brother. Abrazote.
Situation right now
Y
in the
buen
US.
fin de para ti también.
Do you think it has got better or worse than with Trump?
Under Trump, it was better, and it's gotten worse since he's not been in here, especially since all of our jobs have been, especially in this area. A lot of them had to downsize. Me and my mom got downsized and laid off just from the economy being bad.
And in general, other than economy, how do you think the performance of the actual government right now was?
Not very good. Bad things happening with like border crossings. If we don't have a border, we're not really a country, are we? We need to have a secure border. I do know a lot of illegal people that came over, and they're good people, but some of them are really bad. And we need to, have a strong border to keep those people out and process the people that are actually good into our country the right way, legally.
So do you think that perhaps when police find somebody that is illegally here committing a crime, he should be deported?
Yes, depending on if it's a small crime like, oh no, he was speeding or something like that, no. But if it was like a crime like plotting to kill somebody or something like that, or very serious crime, then yes, I believe immediately deported.
How do you feel about gun control?
Don't like it. Gun
A
control.
ver, podemos estar de acuerdo. Si me estás viendo de España, o sea, no importa del país que me estés viendo. Si me estás viendo de Chile, de Perú, del país que me estás viendo. Podemos estar de acuerdo en que si un inmigrante comete un crimen, o sea, estamos hablando de un crimen.
X50. Hizo un video de uno demócrata contra 16 republicanos, algo que hizo también Charlie Kirk. Pero creo que
es el
ahí
chamaquito.
le pusieron adrede gente bastante mala en exposición y debates porque no estaban
Sí.
del todo preparados.
Lo hacen para eso también. Sí, pero ya lo vi. Es un chamaquito, si no me equivoco. Un chamaquito bastante joven que habla bastante rápido. Que por cierto, hubo una señora que se la puso complicada, ¿eh? Una señora que sí se la puso bastante complicada. Sí es ese el que estás hablando, pero tampoco me parece bastante educado ese chamaco. Que por cierto, también estaba en el debate porque fue Ben Shapiro también a hacer un video de esto de no sé cuántos contra uno. Y él estaba ahí también. Es ese, que no deja hablar y todo eso. No lo sé si será ese, pero creo que es ese. Bueno, vamos a ir.
Control against the Second Amendment. Now, anything that's against the Second Amendment is against what our founding fathers intended. Everybody should be allowed to own a gun.
So last question.
100% de acuerdo. Todo el mundo debería de tener el derecho a poseer un arma.
Uy. Whoa. No, Donald, come here. Donald. No, wait. Wait, Donald. He wants to run away, man. He's right here. What do you want to tell Donald?
Hopefully you're the next president, because I don't know if our country will be doing well underneath her.
So what would you tell Kamala?
God help us if you win. That's all I have to say.
You guys are about to get on the bus? Going to go to...
Go help her if she wins. Que Dios nos ayude si ella gana, boludo.
the rally. Why are you going to vote for Trump?
Hay una cosa que yo creo que la gente... Bueno, la gente sí le entiende, pero se lo he dicho a muchísimos americanos, ¿no? Cuando los veo, mierda, este tipo se parece a Álvaro Morata también. No sé, ¿son ideas mías o se parece a Morata? Lo miré de pronto y dije, ¿qué hace Morata con una camiseta de Trump? Se me pareció a Morata también. Bueno, no importa. A lo que iba. Si Estados Unidos cae, no hay más. No hay un lugar a donde ir. No hay otro Estados Unidos, ¿sabes? No lo hay. Y no sé hasta qué punto Europa, que ya prácticamente el liderazgo por países está liquidado por completo, porque es la Unión Europea quien baja las directrices, porque es quien presta el dinero y el que presta el dinero es el dueño. Yo no sé a dónde se pueda ir en ese caso, ¿eh? No sé a dónde se puede ir, pero bueno.
Trump. Because Trump's for the American people.
I think he represents the working man.
What do you think about Kamala?
Fuck that bitch.
What is this?
It's a crown graphic. It's probably made in the early 1950s. 4x5 sheet film. That's the size of the film. I'm taking a photo class at Grand Rapids Community College, and so I'm covering the campaign as part of my project.
Okay, seems really interesting.
It's fun. It's been fun. I've been to a Democratic rally, and then I've tried to make 2 Trump rallies, but it's like this, you never get in.
This usually happens, you said, sorry? Trumps?
No, just at Trumps. Just at both the Trumps. I've gotten into Kamala's.
So is that because there is so much people that support Trump, or is it that it's badly organized?
I think it's badly organized, because at the last rally in Michigan, and they sent out 6,000 false tickets. So a whole bunch of people showed up, couldn't get in. So just like today. So I don't know if my ticket was real or not.
How do you feel about the economy? Do you think the economy has improved with Donald? Has improved with Kamala, or was it better off?
It's been good for a long time. I don't have any complaints with the economy, you know.
What do you think that needs to improve right now in the USA?
Just inflation. People are worried about interest rates, but they don't realize even the interest rates today are lower than they were whenever I was in the housing market. I paid more interest to buy a house than anybody's paying now today. So interest rates, everybody complains because they got so used to low interest rates, but it's...
A ver, es que este tipo de personas no entienden. Porque él está diciendo, bueno, la inflación es un problema, pero también está hablando de la tasa de intereses, sin entender precisamente que la tasa de intereses se eleva para controlar la inflación. Por eso se eleva la tasa de intereses. Porque si sigues con una tasa de interés muy baja, la gente va a seguir tomando dinero gratis y dinero gratis y dinero gratis, y va a estar entrando dinero gratis a la economía de los Estados Unidos y va a seguir creciendo la inflación y creciendo la inflación. Por eso mismo es que las tasas de interés se suben. Es que a veces cuando escuchas a este tipo de personas hablar es que, bueno...
It's not bad. And as far as inflation, we've had inflation before, and that's... I studied economics.
Lo dicen como... Mira, y dice que estudió economía, boludo. Dice que estudió economía y está hablando como si la tasa de... Como si la inflación y la tasa de intereses no estuvieran directamente relacionadas. Es increíble. Bueno, aquí por lo menos lo está diciendo. Bueno, entonces sí lo entiende. Entonces sí lo entiende. Entonces sí sabe. Entonces... Y por eso es que están subiendo también las tasas de intereses. Es lo único que te faltó decir al final, o sea, para juntar todo. No entiendo por qué lo trató como cosas diferentes. No lo entiendo, pero bueno.
Interesting sign. Farmers for Trump over there.
I'm Bill Bailey.
Hi, Bill. Why are you going to vote for Trump?
He's the leader of our movement. It's the America First, Make America Great Again movement. We can restore some common sense to our federal government, create more jobs, secure the border, bring prices back in line, take care of inflation.
Do you think that the economy...
Es más fácil emigrar que luchar contra el status quo. Sí, siempre y cuando el país al que emigre no se vuelva igual que el país del que emigraste, ¿sabes? Si empieza a pasar eso, nos jodemos todos.
Right now with Kamala, is better than with Trump or worse?
It's much worse than when Trump was president. Much worse. People don't have the money. People don't have the money to buy groceries. They don't have money to buy their utility bills. They're not able to pay rent. Rent is so high right now. The cost of housing has just gotten ridiculous.
Why do you think this is happening?
Well, it was the Harris and Biden policies when they first took office, programs and everything, the spending that they did. That's what led to the inflation right away.
Bueno, recuerden que Trump también, y esto yo siempre se los tengo que recordar, porque hay que controlar tanto al nuestro como más hay que controlar a los otros, pero al nuestro también tenemos que controlarlo. Y Trump metió como 6 billones en la economía de los Estados Unidos. Recuerden todos los bonos que él dio cuando comienza el COVID.
And also with the energy, when they declared war on oil, gas and oil, that all added to it.
How do you feel about gun control?
I want to protect the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment was put in for a reason. She's talked about confiscating guns. She said a mandatory gun buyback program. That means she wants to come and confiscate.
Es una locura.
What do you think about immigration? How have things changed in these past years?
Well, in the last 4 years, yes, it's a wide open border. Anybody is coming in here. Terrorist groups that have been documented have come into this country. You've got all kinds of people have come in here. I have no problem with immigration. I just want people to do it the legal way. I want organized immigration.
Es exactamente lo mismo que estamos pidiendo personas como yo, que soy inmigrante, pero que realmente lo único que pido es una inmigración controlada, organizada y que no esté entrando el primer terrorista comunista que se le ocurra venir por la frontera, ¿sabes? O el primer traficante de personas o de drogas que se le ocurra, ¿sabes? Esa prueba de suscripción.
So what would you tell if you approach a person that is going to vote for Kamala?
Ask them to look at the issues, look at the facts, and I mean the real facts that are out there, and take a good hard look at it and think again if they love their country.
What would you say to Kamala?
I would tell her she needs to find another job. She's not the one for this country.
Donald is here.
President Trump, I'd like to thank you for what you've done for our country. It's been an honor having you serve us as president, and it will be an honor having you serve us as president again in the future as the 47th president.
So you were there when the assassination attempt happened?
Yes, we were in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th. We were next to the venue, right across the street from where the shooter was. We were right next to the building where the shooter was.
What do you remember from that day when things started to happen?
Well, the president had just taken the stage. He'd been on stage for about 5-6 minutes. And then we heard shots from across the street. And we turned and looked and we saw a crowd running at us. And there was people screaming, he's got a gun, get down. There was just a lot of hysteria at that moment. And then we didn't know what was going on in the first seconds because you don't know if there's a shooter. You don't know if he's shooting into the crowd. You don't know if there's multiple shooters. I mean, there's a lot of things going through your mind in the first 30 seconds. It was a horrific moment.
I guess you were really scared at the moment, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Anybody in their right mind would have been scared at that moment. Yep.
So people that were there in the venue, did you were able to realize after a few minutes what was happening?
We were, the property we were...
El capitalismo es muy salvaje, boludo. El capitalismo es muy cabrón, man. Mamita, te venden cualquier mierda, boludo.
Like I say, it was right adjacent to the venue. And the property owner, his son-in-law had been with us. We had been set up there for 3 or 4 days. And he had been with us quite a while there. Well, he had walked over as the president took the stage. He's the one that saw the shooter on the roof.
the allegation that the Haitians could be eating cats or dogs. What do you think about that?
I haven't really seen anything about that. I've heard about it, but I've never seen anything on the news about it, but I believe it.
So what about gun control? Do you want tougher laws? Do you think it is okay as it is right now?
It's okay the way it is. Guns don't kill people. People do.
Jeremy, you're from here? From Michigan?
No, we're actually from Kentucky.
Oh, wow. And why did you came all the way here?
I was on a work trip, so when we found out Trump was going to be here, so my kids wanted to come over, and I did too. We're big Trump supporters.
Why did you decide to support Trump?
Well, because we don't support Kamala, no way.
Which are the things that you dislike about Kamala?
I don't know anything I like about Kamala. Just honestly, I don't know one thing I like about it. Anything she does is...
A mí me está pasando exactamente lo mismo. Que a veces yo pienso y digo, deben una sola. Es que esto no es una razón, ¿ok? Pero deben una sola razón por la que Kamala sería una buena presidente de los Estados Unidos. No me encajes la de es que es mujer, o la primera mujer negra, o lo que tú quieras. No me encajes eso porque a mí eso no me interesa. A mí me interesa que sea buen presidente. No me importa si es mujer, hombre, chino, negro, albino. No, me chupa un huevo eso. Dime algo por lo que tú creas que ella esté preparada. Si me lo pueden decir en los comentarios, los leo, de verdad. Pero una sola cosa que tú me puedas decir. Yo creo que en esto Kamala es mejor. De verdad, una sola cosa. Yo no veo nada que Kamala diga que yo diga, esto me parece lo mejor, ¿sabes? Esto me parece espectacular. No hay nada. No hay una sola cosa, de verdad. Por lo menos va conmigo, ¿no? Conmigo. Si tú me dices, no, es que yo quiero... Por ejemplo, yo estoy de acuerdo con todo el colectivo LGBT y todo. Bueno, ya eso es cosa tuya, pero a mí todo eso me parece una salvajada, la verdad. Todo eso me parece una salvajada. Que Kamala está re buena. Boludo, hay gente con necesitados aquí. Yo espero que fuera una broma, bro. Hay gente que está necesitada, boludo. Hay gente que está necesitada aquí, men. Macho, ¿usted ha visto a Kamala? Hay gente que está necesitada, bro. Dios mío, está re buena Kamala. Mamita.
It's just not right. I mean, we're Christians and we support, you know...
Quiero meterle. Qué bueno. No voy a decir las cosas porque...
People that are for America, for us, and we got to think about our children and the USA they're going to live in. So, in what she has and what she supports, don't support any of that.
Immigration is a huge issue right now in the US. Do you think you should have a strict control of the border?
Oh, definitely, definitely. And Trump does it. She has no control over the border. Actually, she's letting people from...
X100, la tipa ni mentir sabe cara revolviendo.
Sí, no es buena ni para mentir. En eso te doy toda la razón. No es buena ni para mentir.
Come in freely, and I'm good with people coming over as long as they come in, you know.
Ustedes fíjense, latinos que vean este video, quiero que se den cuenta que muchos americanos, porque esto me pasa también cuando yo viví en Iowa, no crean que opinan diferente, redneck, y te dicen, no tengo ningún problema con que venga gente, pero que venga la gente correcta, que venga la gente que quiere trabajar, la gente que se quiere adaptar a los Estados Unidos, porque mi país funciona, por algo funciona. Entonces, quiero que venga la gente correcta, evidentemente, no tengo ningún problema con que vengan. Pero la gente, de hecho, al frente de mi casa vive una señora que es de Nueva York. Lo que pasa es que se vienen a retirar muchas veces aquí en la Florida por el clima. Y ella me lo dice todo el tiempo. O sea, yo te veo todo el tiempo, estás ahí, trabajas, tu papá está trabajando el día entero, porque mi papá limpia prácticamente toda la... O sea, 3 casas. O sea, limpia la de nosotros y limpia 2 casas a los costados, ¿ok? La del costado y la del otro costado limpia todo, fuera, la calle, todo, lo limpia todo, lo mantiene limpio. Y dice... Wow, es que así es encantador tener ese tipo de vecinos, ¿sabes? Yo no quiero que tú pienses que tengo ningún problema con los inmigrantes porque quiero votar a Trump. Y yo le digo, no se preocupe, yo también lo voy a votar. ¿Sabes? Porque es lo que ella me dice. Yo no tengo ningún problema con los inmigrantes. Lo que pasa es que no vengan a destruir lo que hay aquí, ¿sabes?
Like Trump had it, you know, they come in legally, like they need to. That's okay, but just to let everybody over illegally, no, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Do you think the economy has gotten better or worse with Kamala?
Oh, 100% worse. I mean, you go buy groceries, you're spending we went to Sam's the other day, spent $600 to feed our family. You know, used to when Trump get in, we could go get the same stuff for $300, $350. So it's 120% worse with Kamala.
What about your mortgage?
Well, all that has stayed pretty much the same because we already had all that taken care of. You know, as far as our house payment, we already got our cars, you know, my car's paid for, so.
So, Catherine, you're definitely going to vote for Trump, I guess.
Oh,
Los
yeah.
precios de los autos han subido una barbaridad también, gente. Los precios de los autos desgraciadamente han subido muchísimo.
When did you make up your mind to vote for President Trump?
Oh, in 2015. Well, I knew he was a businessman and I knew he could get things done on that end. That's one of the main reasons. Also, I feel his Second Amendment stance and all his freedoms that he campaigned on, he delivered on every one of them.
How do you feel about Kamala Harris?
Not good. I think she would take our country to a place where we won't recognize it anymore. It will not be our...
Yo sí creo que sería un escalón muy bajo, ¿eh? Yo no creo que Kamala Harris destruiría en 4 años los Estados Unidos. Creo que es muy difícil destruir un país como los Estados Unidos en 4 años. Pero sí creo que va a sufrir todas las instituciones. Estoy hablando, sí creo que van a sufrir muchísimo, muchísimo. No sé lo que fuera quedando después, ¿eh? Y claro, a medida que pasa, se va deteriorando y deteriorando más todo lo que es la democracia republicana de los Estados Unidos y no sé hasta qué punto vas a ir aguantando eso.
Antonio _PQW Chiret. X100. Estaría bueno que hicieras entrevistas por la calle preguntando sobre el
boludo,
tema
yo lo
de
quiero
ellas
hacer, boludo.
elecciones.
Yo lo quiero hacer.
¿Harás directo cubriendo la elección?
Sí, voy a estar cubriendo toda la elección.
Discuss a little bit about the politics that you don't like about Kamala. Like, for example, how do you feel about immigration? Do you think you should have tougher controls in the border?
Yes, absolutely. And she could go today and have whoever's our president. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's Biden or her yet, but or she's not going to be president. But I'm saying, like Trump said today, she can go and get Trump to sign an order to close the borders until they get under control. She can do that today. She does not need any Senate or support for that. That's something he can do. Biden
Eso es una realidad, eso es algo que ellos pueden hacer ahora. O sea, si ellos realmente quisieran tener un control fronterizo, ya lo pudieran hacer. Es que ellos son los que están en el poder, no lo hacen porque no quieren.
That should have been done 3.5 years ago. There's no excuse. And then they keep saying that Trump voted down the bill. He wasn't even in any kind of office when that bill came across. They contacted him, and DeSantis and all the other Republicans were like, we wouldn't vote for it anyway. They said it was bipartisan, but it wasn't.
Do you think that right now the economy has gotten better or worse?
Way worse. Everybody knows it. They feel it when they go to the grocery store.
Bueno, esto se lo comieron al invitado de Jordi Wild, recuérdenlo cuando lo llevó. Se lo comieron por decir que la economía iba como una moto, dijo. O como un tiro, no recuerdo qué fue lo que dijo. Dijo como una moto, como un tiro, no recuerdo exactamente qué dijo.
Every day. I mean, gas, everything.
Are you struggling to make ends meet?
We live sometimes paycheck to paycheck, yes. We do, but it's hard. It's groceries, bills. It's out of control. And
Todo
we
está
were better
carísimo,
off
gente.
4 years ago. We definitely were when Trump was
Todo está carísimo.
We all know it.
How do you feel about gun control?
I'm for the Second Amendment all the way. I do believe that
Pero también es súper fundamental mantener la segunda enmienda.
certain people shouldn't
Súper
have them,
fundamental.
but that's certain people. That's not.
Kamala proposed like a special project, a special program to force people to turn in their guns.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Horrible. That's not going to happen in America. I'm certain there will be a protest against that.
Eso no lo va a poder hacer. O sea, creo que no lo va a poder hacer.
People aren't going to give up their guns. Not going to happen in this country. She'll get a lot of backlash. There could be a civil war here in our country if this really is going to happen. And she's also trying to put a mandate on us buying electric cars, and that's also not going to happen.
Last question, and this is actually a game. It's called Talk to the Candidate.
Yeah.
So Donald is here. Talk with him.
Hi, President Trump. I love you. I supported you from the very beginning, and I will support you.
Estas cosas sí me parecen recontra infantiles, me dan un cringe. Literal, hablarle a una figurita de cartón, boludo, me da terrible cringe. No me importa si es de un lado o del otro, pero no me gusta, man. No me gusta para nada.